What's up, Dunkers and Dunkettes? It's Wayne Duncan, No Vision Duncan, and we're back with year 2 of the Madden 22 Jacksonville Jaguars realistic rebuild. If you tuned in to part 1, we actually overachieved a little bit. We got about 7 wins, damn near won the AFC South Rookie of the Year of the AFC. You know my boy T-Law, Trevor Lawrence. But once we got to free agency, some weird shit happened. I don't know what happened with the video. I don't know why. Either Twitch or Madden decided to cut it out, but towards the end of the free agency, that did not get recorded, apparently, and then the draft was just non-existent for some reason, so you guys didn't get a chance to see the draft, so I'm just going to go over the draft picks, who we drafted and who we took, but let's waste no more time. Let's go ahead and meet those rookies that we did take in the draft and meet the players for the preseason. Before the preseason starts, and let's check out the squad. Like I said, we got T-Law, Trevor Lawrence, AFC Offensive Rookie of the Year. Had a great season, threw for about 4,700 passing yards, 30 touchdowns. A little too many picks, but, I mean, it kind of mirrors what happened in real life when he threw all those damn picks. But no more Urban Meyer also. We are taking over as the coach, as Urban Meyer expected to win the whole Super Bowl last season, but that did not happen, so he got his ass fired out of Duval. We brought in Tyrod Taylor just to be like, veteran quarterback to, whisper in the ear of Trevor Lawrence. We brought in this undrafted rookie, Keegan Pope, just for the preseason, see if we can develop him probably on our practice squad or as a quarterback too. James Robinson, who did get injured last season, but we used him more than, Urban Meyer did. And then we had Travis Etienne, who was healthy, and they both, split the carries up. Both had about 600 yards, double-digit touchdowns. So I think, with them being the 1-2 punch combo, it'll work out and it'll help Trevor Lawrence. And this offense also got Carlos Hyde still and Mekhi Sargent. Fullback, we got Keelan Henry. So this is one of our draft picks. We drafted him, I think, in the 6th round, and we actually took another fullback, a cousin that I never knew about, Leonard Robinson. So we're going to use Leonard Robinson more. He's more of a utility back. I know that's a scheme fit, but we drafted Keelan Henry to be like our blocking fullback. So I think Leonard Robinson, we're going to use him more as like a hybrid fullback / blocking tight end, or we might, use him on the practice squad because we do have a bunch of tight ends on the roster still. And then looking at the receivers, so Devonta Adams, I know they paid all that money for Christian Kirk, and I wasn't a fan of the contract that they gave him, but it basically broke the goddamn market for receivers. Christian Kirk was there, but a team in the AFC South known as the Houston Texans, who are in our division, was making, I think they were the only team making an offer for Devonta Adams. So with this being a rebuild of the AFC South with the Jacksonville Jaguars, we don't want the Texans to get better, pair him up with Deshaun Watson, who's still there on this game. I wasn't finna let that happen. So we offered Devonta Adams a contract and was able to pull him away from Houston and bring him down to Jacksonville. And that's going to definitely help out Trevor Lawrence's development, as he has probably the best receiver in the league as his wide receiver 1 option, Marvin Jones, who almost had damn near 1,000-yard season as basically our wide receiver 2. We brought him back, could release him or cut him, trade him, save about $5.2 million, but we need that veteran leadership. He's still a team captain in this wide receiver room. And then Laviska Shenault had 1,000-yard seasons in his 2nd season, so he will continue to be our slot receiver. Agnew can continue to be our return man. We did draft this guy, Damien Coffey, big body receiver out of Ohio State. Kind of slow, but could still develop. And then Andy Isabella, we decided to bring him in instead of somebody like a Zay Jones, who they brought in real life, because I think we can use him kind of the way they use or planning to use Travis Etienne. We can use him as a returner. We can use him as running back. We can use him as a receiver. So hopefully he can rejuvenate his career a little bit as he didn't really develop in Arizona. Tight end. This was our number 1 pick in the draft. We took Brandon LaRubio out of California. Now, I was disappointed when I took him, and I noticed he had the Bourne Brown normal dev trait. But I looked at all the other tight ends in the draft. I think there was one hidden dev tight end that we looked at, but he was like a 66 or a 64 overall. So I think we got the best overall tight end in the draft. And if he has a great rookie season, he could go up to silver star dev. We got Dan Arnold still just because, they traded for him last season. Why not just keep him on the roster as our tight end 2 and could possibly start this season, as we don't have to rush Brandon LaRubio again, but we want to rush him as we address the offense, trying to put some weapons around Trevor Lawrence, getting Devonta Adams, getting his fullback, getting tight end in the draft, keeping Arnold, and we kept Manhurst on the team. So just trying to put as many weapons around Trevor Lawrence as possible. Got Manhurst still here as our blocking tight end, and we even got Luke Farrell and the long snapper Ross Matskit. Left tackle, we got Cam Robinson. We gave him a 2-year deal. When I looked at what the actual contract was, I think it was a 3-year extension. But it's okay. We extended him, so he's going to be our left tackle. We brought in Cam Fleming just to be a backup left guard. We decided to bring back Norwell just because I couldn't get Brandon Scherf. He wasn't there in free agency. The Commanders probably extended him, and I know they like flip-flop. They switch teams. So because the Commanders still have Scherf, we still have Norwell, plus the offensive line played great as a whole last season. Why get worse? Why not just bring him back for at least one more year? And we got Walker Little down here, who we moved in the left guard to develop and learn behind Andrew Noel, who could eventually start next season. Brandon Leonard did not retire, so why not keep him and Norwell? And we drafted this guy, Javier Combs, in the second round. He was a day 3 pick projected, and we took him in the second round. We've reached for him, but it was a good reach because he is a hidden dev trait, so he can learn behind Brandon Leonard. Ben Barch at right guard. We brought in Lucas Patrick just to compete with him a little bit, just to push him. And then Juwan Taylor at right tackle. Going into a contract year has to prove us that he is our franchise right tackle. We also brought in Martinez Rankin to be a backup. Dwayne Smoot, not a scheme fit, had an okay season, still under contract, so he is going to start at left end. But we got Jay Tafule, who didn't really do much as a rookie, only 5 TFLs and a sack, but still learning, 23 years old, 69 overall, so he still has time. We brought in Zach Allen, kind of like Andy Isabella, trying to, do what he couldn't do in Arizona. Can you do it here in Jacksonville, as he has a chance to start at right end, as he'll compete with Roy Robinson Harris for that starting right end position. Devon Hamilton, who started at our nose tackle position last season, probably going to start again. We've got Malcolm Brown still. With that contract, don't really want to cut him and get a penalty of $1.5 million. And we got a couple of guys down here, Chris Williams, and we drafted this guy named Sidney Henry, but they're really no threat to start at the defensive tackle position. Kayvon Chason, going into his 3rd year, had an okay season last season. I think he had about 5 sacks, so he'll have a chance to start. We brought in Shaquem Griffin, not only just because his brother Shaquille is at cornerback, and we wanted to pair them back up, but it adds more depth, rotational piece when it comes to the edge rushers. And then Miles Jack, I think they cut him in real life. He signed with the Steelers. I didn't want him to go to the damn Steelers. He had an okay season. He's still on the contract for us. This could be his final season with us. We could trade him or cut him this season, especially if the season is working out the way we planned. But he's at least here for at least one more year. And then we do need depth at the middle linebacker, 2 positions. We got, Dylan Moses, Dakota Allen, Shaquille Quarterman, but we need to upgrade that position. Josh Allen at the right edge rusher, right outside linebacker position. And then we drafted this guy, Jalen Fuller. I think it was like 3rd or 4th round. And maybe he can develop as a future starter edge rusher. If Kayvon Chason doesn't work out, or if we don't bring back Josh Allen, which I think we will, we have a good option in Jalen Fuller. Shaquille Griffin, the other Griffin, twin, at cornerback as our cornerback 1. Tyson Campbell, who went up in season last season to start Dev, and Madden actually let him keep it, so he'll definitely be our cornerback 2. We brought in Bradley Roby just to give more competition to Def at the cornerback 3 spot, as Trey Herndon played okay, so they'll just, cornerback 3, cornerback 4. Y'all know I love my 4 cornerbacks, as we try to use them all. We got Chris Claybooks here more so as like a return guy, 5th cornerback, and then we drafted this guy Carlos Jones, who we can try to develop as like a cornerback 4. And then Andre Sisco had an okay rookie season. Still got Rudy Ford here, special teams, sub linebacker, backup free safety, Daniel Thomas. And then we got Rashawn Jenkins starting that. Look at that contract, bro. Look at that contract. And he's the team captain, so he's still going to be on the team, probably still going to start. But we got Ramon Westbrook, I think, in the 3rd round, and he has a chance, probably not going to start this year, but we can also try to use him in that linebacker role. He's 6'2", almost 200 pounds. So we're going to try to use him. Matthew Wright had an okay season, and Logan Cook also had a good season. I think we have all our team captains, so there's no new ones to name. We're benching Devonta Adams. I know he's new to the team, but he's the best receiver in the league. So he doesn't need to play in the preseason. Can't afford to risk him getting injured. So let's go ahead and simulate the preseason and see how we do. As we lose the first game, talk about the development of one of your rookies. So let's take a look at this scenario, see what they're talking about. And it is Jalen Fuller. So that center, let's see. while we work on his zone coverage. Who is Jalen? I think Jalen Fuller is the center, right? Blocks. No, he's that edge rusher. I think that's the edge rusher. So let's do block shedding. Let's say he's making progress. So they must be really high on him. So Kayvon Chason better watch out. Let's go ahead and simulate the second preseason game against the Rams. And we win. And let's take a look at his development. Josh Allen talking about him. Okay, Jalen Fuller. Definitely give us more help on the defensive side. There's a camp standout, and that is Devon Hamilton. So let's go with stopping the run as he is our nose tackle. Okay, Devon Hamilton. Okay, Fuller. And we have a wide receiver mentorship. So a lot of rookies getting, Devonta Adams, Laviska Shenault. I love it. I love it. And let's do getting open, route running. Devonta Adams is probably the best route runner in the league. And let's do medium. I think Laviska Shenault is good with the short and the deep route running, so let's work on medium. And look at that, Laviska Shenault, Devon Hamilton, and the rookie edge rusher Fuller all getting help from our veterans on the team. So I love it. They're willing to mentor them. As we're going to put in Tyrod Taylor and Pope. We're also going to let's put Andy Isabella in here. Let's put Dylan Moses in a little bit. Let's put Trey Herndon in. You know what? Let's put Westbrook in over Jenkins. Let's start, some different people, see how they perform, and then we'll check out the final stats. I don't think we really have no open competition, as I know who all of our starters are going to be. And then we lose that, so we go 1-2 in the preseason. Let's look at the stats of the preseason. Tyrod Taylor, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks. Pope was 9 of 14 and a touchdown. But, we're starting Trevor Lawrence. So this isn't a situation where, okay, Tyrod Taylor threw 3 picks. We're going to cut his ass. Actually, we could cut him still, but we would most likely sign another veteran backup and just not go with Keegan Pope. And Keegan Pope, he's earned the right to go on the practice squad, as Trevor Lawrence is clearly our starter from day one. So Tyrod Taylor possibly could get cut from that performance, and he got sacked 9 times. I think we need to go a different route when it comes to backup quarterback. James Robinson, ETN were great. Carlos Hyde, the rookie fullback. Laviska Shenault, outstanding, going to be our slot receiver. Dan Arnold look at this. Dan Arnold played more because LaRubio was the starter. So LaRubio didn't play the second, third, fourth quarter. And look at this. More receptions, almost the same amount of yards, and a touchdown. LaRubio is the starting tight end in week 1. Andy Isabella is probably going to be wide receiver 4. And then looking at the offensive lineman, Cam Fleming gave up a sack every game, so did Martinez ranking. But they're backups. Patrick even gave up one, so Ben Barch is going to start over him. Walker Little still developing. Trey Herndon probably be our cornerback 3 or slot cornerback, even though we did bring in Bradley Roby. Shaquille Quarterman might be middle linebacker 2 if we don't see somebody in free agency that we can sign. Dylan Moses did okay. He can be middle linebacker 3. Fuller with the sack. Who had 4 TFLs? Dwayne Smoot, okay. He's definitely going to start at left end. And then Rashawn Jenkins is going to start at safety. And then Matthew Wright, better watch yourself missing those field goals, as there are better options, I think, in free agency. But let's check out that free agency. As you know, week 3, some different faces show up, from time to time. Look at that. Matthew Ioannidis is there. I could sign him and put him at right in if we wanted to. But, I like Zach Allen. But man, that is so tempting to just bring him in and beef up that D-line. But we were looking more at middle linebacker to see who is there, and there's really no good options. Looking at strong safety or free safety that we can move. We can move Landon Collins down, but I don't think it would be worth that. But man, Ioannidis I really want to see what Zach Allen's going to do, so we're not going to bring in Ioannidis. We're just going to go ahead and make our cuts to our 12 players, as I think. I didn't even check out the backup quarterbacks because Tyrod Taylor really didn't do nothing for us or do nothing to earn a spot on the team. Don't want to bring in Cam Newton. Taysom Hill. You know what? I'm doing it. I thought about Taysom Hill, just kind of like how they brought in Tebow in this past preseason. So we're going to do Taysom Hill as our backup quarterback. And we're going to cut Tyrod Taylor. We're going to take a little small penalty there. We're going to move Keegan Pope to the practice squad. Sargent, we're going to keep him. I think Leonard Robinson, the other fullback, we'll move him on the practice squad, try to develop him some more. We're going to keep all our receivers. We're going to cut or move the long snapper to the practice squad. We're going to keep 4 tight ends, even though I could move Luke Farrell back to the practice squad as we have Man Hurts. Keep all of our O-line, keep all of our D-line, keep our D tackles. This guy, Jameer Jones, can go on the practice squad. Same thing with Jordan Smith. And then we're going to keep Dylan Moses. Dakota Allen can get cut. Otaro Alaka can get cut. And Pat Green, the rookie, can go on the practice squad. And then the edge rushers, we're going to keep Fuller. And then Joe Gills-Harris can get cut. And Chappelle Russell can get released or go to the practice squad. That way he stays on the team. And then cornerbacks, I like Jones, but we might have to move him to the practice squad. Daniel Thomas can go on the practice squad also. And then if we have to make one more, it can be probably Luke Farrell and Carlos Jones. It is one player, so we have to choose Luke Farrell or Carlos Jones. Probably going to do Carlos Jones. So we do Carlos Jones, and now we have our roster. Let's go ahead and upgrade the team one more time before the regular season starts. Let's go ahead and order the depth chart. And hopefully we can make the playoffs in year 2. Hopefully we can win the division. We might be one of those sneaky teams in the AFC. Trevor Lawrence can make that jump, cut down on those picks, improve on the touchdowns, improve on the yards even more. As you see, he's right there. He got Devonta Adams now. So looking for a big season for our offense. Big season from our offense. So Trevor Lawrence, quarterback 1, Taysom Hill, use him a little bit, tight end, receiver, special teamers. Travis Etienne, Carlos Hyde. Henry, we're going to use Carlos Hyde and not Dan Arnold, but we're going to use Man Hurts as our other backup fullback. Devonta Adams, Jones, Chenault, Agnew, Coffee, and Isabella. I'm actually going to put Isabella. Yeah, we'll do that. LaRubio, Arnold, Man Hurst, and we got Cam Robb, Norwell. Actually, Walker Little, we drafted him as a left tackle, so let's do that. Let's put him as our 3rd left tackle. I think Combs was a guard, so that's fine. Linder, Combs, they have Norwell there, but we're going to go with Patrick. Try to use all of our depth. And then that's fine. We got Walker Little. So Walker Little and Lucas Patrick can be like our swing offensive linemen. So we basically got 7 offensive linemen that we're going to use. Dwayne Smoot, Foulier, Shaquem Griffin, like that. Zach Allen, Ryan Robertson, Malcolm Brown, Devon Hamilton. And we're not going to use Chris Williams or Henry. They're just here on the team just to have a roster spot there. So Madden doesn't cut anybody. So Jay Foulier, Roy Robertson Harris, and then Chris Williams, Caleb Jason, Griffin, Miles Jack, Quarterman, Moses, not Roses, Josh Allen, Fuller, and they have Dwayne Smoot there. But we can leave Dwayne Smoot there. Shaquille Griffin, Campbell, Roby, Herndon, but Herndon's probably going to be our slot corner. Free safety Cisco, Rudy Ford, They got Bradley Roby there. And then strong safety, Jenkins, Westbrook. They got Bradley Roby there again. I'm fine with that. Special teams, Jamal Agnew. That's why he is on the team. Claybooks, ETN, Rudy Ford, Laviska Shenault. And then punt return can be Travis Etienne. And Andy Isabella. Also going to put, Coffee back there. And then Logan Cook can be our kickoff starter. Now, the long snapper is going to be Combs. And then we're going to put Walker Little in. And we're going to put Patrick in. That way we use all those backup linemen. Actually, do we have... We have 8 linemen that we're going to use. Because I forgot about Combs. He's not going to start this year. We got Little and Patrick. So, yeah, we're going to use 8 offensive linemen actually this year. Travis Etienne, James Robinson, Carlos Hyde. James Robinson, Carlos Hyde, Travis Etienne. Slot receiver will be Laviska Shenault. They have Jamal Agnew there, but... Yeah, Jamal Agnew, Andy Isabella. That's fine. Josh Allen. No, we're going to do Chason and Griffin. And then on the right, we're going to do Josh Allen and Jalen Fuller. And then D-tackle, Devon Hamilton. They have Malcolm Brown and Roy Robertson Harris. No, I want to do Zach Allen and probably Roy Robertson Harris or Jay Tafoulier. Probably do Dwayne Smoot, though. And then sub linebacker will be Miles Jack. They have Rudy Ford and Westbrook. So this is where we're kind of weak right here. So we could leave Rudy Ford there and Westbrook. I think I kind of want to go Westbrook and develop him. And then I kind of want to do Shaquille Quarterman. And then slot cornerback will be Trey Herndon, Bradley Roby, and then they have Rudy Ford there, and I am fine with that. So that is the team. We're trying to use everybody on our roster, especially when it comes to subbing in, subbing out. But let's go ahead and see how we do. So I think the goal, as we have the camp stand out, I think this was Devon Hamilton. Get our young guy, so hopefully he can try to develop more. He possibly could go superstar dev week 1. Practice squad player was signed, and it was Leonard Robinson, our backup fullback. That's okay. Let's look at the college players coming out of the draft for next season, as there is a wide receiver. We still could use wide receiver 3 as we need to look forward beyond Marvin Jones. So Tony King out of LSU could be an option. Could use cornerback 3. So Henry Tung out of LSU. 2 LSU players that we could target for next year's draft. And there's another receiver here in the top 10 out of South Carolina, Dwayne Marsh. I like the size, 6'3", almost 200 pounds. So there's a receiver, cornerback. One of those 3 probably is going to be our top options. Also, middle linebacker, strong safety, even if Westbrook does not develop. But the season goal is my first year as coach. We had 7 wins last year. I think we should be around probably at like 7, 8, 9 wins. I don't want to get fired too, but we're going to go for 7 wins as we are the juggernaut Jaguars now. Now that I'm controlling them, they might not be juggernauts, but we kick off the season against the Tennessee Titans, who we surprisingly swept last season. We shut Derrick Henry's ass down. So hopefully we can go, our 3rd straight win against them. Let's see what happens, as I think they did win the division, though, even though we swept them. But let's see if we can, keep it rolling. See if we can keep beating them. And we started the season off 13-7. We shut them down again. We just got their number at this point. What a way to start the season. As we outrushed them, we outpassed them. Tannehill can't do nothing against us. We had more first downs. Both teams had a turnover. We shut them down on 3rd down. So Trevor Lawrence, Tannehill, last 3 games we played against him, he has not had at least 200 passing yards against us. So our secondary has shut his ass down. I know they run the ball a lot, but when they run the ball a lot, we shut down Derrick Henry. And would you look at the D-line? Would you look at the D-line and the edge rushers? 11 sacks. Is that the record for the amount of sacks in a game? I'm gonna have to look at the record books. I'm gonna go ahead and look at the record books because 11 sacks is the most I've ever seen. I think in a game, like, and that's real life and in the game, and then especially in the Madden sim, that is the most I've ever seen, bro. 11 sacks. Their offensive line is fucking trash. They need to work on that. But James Robinson, 88 yards rushing, shut Derrick Henry. I mean, he still had an okay game. He averaged 4.863 yards and a touchdown, but we didn't let him kill us. Devonta Adams in his debut with us, 5 catches, 70 yards. You know, he didn't play in the preseason, so still getting used to the playbook. Marvin Jones, 50 yards. Laviska Shenault, almost 50 yards. And a touchdown for backup tight end Dan Arnold. Taylor Lewan. Pray for that boy, man. Pray for that brother, man. 7 sacks allowed. 3 from Nate Davis, who's probably their best guard on the team. Cam Fleming did give up 1. And Lamont Gilliard. 11 sacks, bro. 3, and this is why we didn't bring in Matthew Ioannidis or Sue or whoever was available. 3.5 sacks for Zach Allen. He's already rejuvenated his career. He's already had a better year in Jacksonville than he did in Arizona in one game. 3.5 sacks. 3 from Dwayne Smoot. 2.5 from Josh Allen. 1 for Miles Jack. A half for Kayvon Chason. A half for Shaquille Griffin. Andre Sisco with the pick. Matthew Wright, perfect from field goal. What a game. What a game from the defense as we kick off the season, beating the Titans again. And we have a camp scandal. I think Devon Hamilton, I don't think he had a sack, but yeah, he didn't get it. I never hit on this one. I don't know why I keep clicking into it, but let's see if we can keep it rolling. We have the Denver Broncos' first road game of the season for us as we get Cam Robinson back from injury. Offensive line playing great. Again, we only allowed 1 sack last game. Can we go 2-0, though? Can we start the season undefeated? And we do 31-16. This time it's the offense putting points on the board. 102 rushing yards we shot. So looks like we're that old school football mentality. Stop the run, run the ball. But our secondary is shutting the passing game down. And if we can get our passing game going, we're going to win a lot of games. 2 touchdowns, no picks. We did give up 3 sacks. But 22 of 31, 70% completion percentage. James Robinson, 20 carries, 60 yards, 2 touchdowns. Devonta Adams, 85 yards, 2 touchdowns for the rookie. Brandon LaRubio, 5 catches, 59 yards. So great game for him as he gets his first couple of career touchdowns. Cam Robinson been personal well. That's okay. Zach Allen, 4.5 sacks in 2 games. The perfect fit, underrated signing. He better be, well, I think he's a normal dev. He better be a superstar dev at the end of the year. Mock draft 1. See who they have us projected as. I think we're number 2. I think we're 32. We're actually not. It's the Patriots. But we should be up here at 23. They have us taking Rudy Arrington. As we do need, hell, I don't even think we need DN anymore. Smoot and Zach Allen already have 7.5 sacks combined in 2 games. Breakout player scenario, this better be Zach Allen, and it is. So, I wish they would have did this after week 1 because he probably would have hit it. But if he can have a 3rd straight great game to go up depth rate, and look who we have to play, the goddamn Cowboys. Now, we've been stopping the run. We need to stop Zeke and Tony Pollard if they still have Tony Pollard. Let's see if we can get the win against them. And we do, 38-31. The Jaguars are 3-0 to start the season with us at head coach. And look at that. That's actually good when it comes to playing against the Cowboys. They always run all over you. 93 yards, I'll take that. They passed the ball a little bit better than us, but look at that. No turnovers. Turnover for them, no turnover for us. They went for a 4th down 5 times. We were up 24-10 at the half. They almost came back on us, but they were very aggressive on 4th down, and they still didn't win. That should tell you something about our team. 2 touchdowns, no picks, no sacks from the O-line. 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. Best games from James Robinson so far. Travis Etienne with a touchdown. Damn, their receivers destroyed us, but 2 touchdowns for Devonta Adams. Almost 60 yards for Rubio. No sacks given up from the O-line. Kayvon Chason and Josh Allen with the sacks, so I don't think he had a TFL. Shaquille Griffin with the pick. And what a start to the season. What a start to the season. Upsetting the Cowboys, beating the Titans, 3-0. Defense is playing lights out right now. And Zach Allen is up to star dev. And would you look at this? The team that we pulled Devonta Adams from, the 0-3. They probably wouldn't be 0-3 if they did get him. But the 0-3 Texans against the 3-0 Jacksonville Jaguars, as we're going to go ahead and put. Is his strong? Was that stiff arm or strong arm? Stiff arm 55. So let's just go ahead and, we could do strong arm. Let's make him a little bit more balanced. Don't want to keep feeding the scrambler. Zach Allen is now star dev. Let's go ahead and try to make him a scheme fit. Now he's a scheme fit. He's a star dev trait. Let's go, man. Let's go. Let's go. Tyson Campbell. Let's go ahead and do man-to-man. Love it. All of our players developing. They're playing great. Andre Cisco. Let's do hybrid. Because I think he should be the next one to go up dev trait, as he's stuck on that boring brown dev trait. Definitely going to try to get him the star. Ben Barch is already a star. Let's look at Javier Combs, who's not playing this year. But what does he need to work on? Agile. He's not playing. Look at that. He goes up 2. Let's go, man. And then everybody else, including Josh Allen, will just auto-generate that. So y'all know how this goes. 3-0 against 0-3. But first, let me go shout out. Let me go shout out. He deserves it, man. Zach Allen. Y'all probably thought I was crazy signing him. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Let's go, man. Let's look at his stats, man. Let's look at his stats. After 3 games, he is a star dev. He's a scheme fit. 3 TFLs, 4.5 sacks. Already putting up career numbers. But let's keep this winning streak going. But y'all know how it goes. 0-3 against 3-0. They'll probably be the ones to end our little undefeated streak that we got going on. And no, we beat them by 4 points. Let's go. 4-0 Jacksonville Jaguars, looking like Super Bowl contenders early on. As we outrushed them, we outpassed them. We did turn the ball over, and we still won the game. We didn't let that turnover cost us the game. As we beat Deshaun Watson in the Texans, James Robinson has been on point. Marvin Jones, the veteran, with a big game. Laviska Shenault with a touchdown. Travis Etienne with a touchdown. Norwell giving up a sack. Dwayne Smoot, Zach Allen. ZA. We even gave this man a nickname. As we get Cam Robinson, he's been banged up, and Tyson Campbell back from injury. Make sure they don't mess up my depth chart, because the way we have it right now, it's working. Whatever we're doing is working. So it is the same. Cam Robinson's been banged up a little bit. But another division game, 2-2 Colts. Titans 3-1. We're the only team to beat them. They're right behind us, and we win again, 26-21. So far we have defeated all 3 teams in our division: the Titans, the Texans, and the Colts. So we can try to sweep the whole division. 221 rushing yards, and one of those damn running backs that always destroys me, and Jonathan Taylor, we shut his ass down. They outpassed us a little bit. We didn't turn the ball over. That's the thing. It's not only the defense playing great, but the offensive line. They're giving up a little bit more sacks than they were last year, because they were averaging only like 1 a game. But Trevor Lawrence is not turning the ball over. And I said, if he does not throw picks, as many picks as he did last season, we're going to win some games. James Robinson, if he keeps running the way he's running, he's going to be the next superstar dev player on our team. Nobody's going to be able to stop us. Jonathan Taylor did kill us in the receiving game. Rubio at tight end, giving us a weapon. Devonta Adams. Ken Robinson giving up 2 sacks, but he was injured. Caleb Chathon's having a breakout season. Him and Josh Allen. We're making all our field goals. We are just playing like great football in all 3 phases of the game: special teams, offense, and defense. But 1-4 Texans, we have a chance to sweep them early on. Let's go ahead and simulate this game. See if we can sweep them. Complete the sweep. Get the brooms out. And we lose 31-20. The Texans are the team. You know, they couldn't do it when they were 0-3, but they did it when they were 1-4. They end our little undefeated streak as they outrushed us. They outpassed us. We didn't turn the ball over. We weren't that great on third down. We weren't going to go 17-0. We still outplayed Deshaun Watson. I mean, we just couldn't stop Sony Michel. James Robinson got shut down. Brandon Cooks destroyed my secondary. So Miles Jack, Shaquille Griffin with picks, and there goes the missed field goal from Matthew Wright, but we still would have lost the damn game. I mean, we just had a bad game. We just had a bad day, and we should be able to bounce back. We do have an injury. Now we have the Bengals, who are 3-2, and it is Bradley Roby. That's okay. Still got Trey Herndon. So let's simulate against the Bengals, see if we can win against them and bounce back from that loss. See how we respond. And we do. We bounced back 28-11. So, yeah, it was just a bad day. It was just a bad day in Houston. They were at home, but we beat the Bengals on the road. To be able to come back and beat a good team out of the AFC like the Bengals on the road, that speaks volumes in itself. We outpassed them. We shut down Joe Burrow, bro. 185 passing yards and probably 3 interceptions. 4 touchdowns for Trevor Lawrence outplaying Joe Burrow. 47 yards for James Robinson, slowing down a little bit. But look at this. Devonta Adams, who I was just worrying about because he was not having big games. We saw it from Marvin Jones and even the tight ends. And now Devonta Adams, 8 catches, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns. I guess he's getting more comfortable in the playbook now. Brandon Linder giving up 2 sacks to DJ Reader. But Andre Sisco, who I said should go up star dev. Kayvon Chason might go up star dev. Shaquille Griffin having a big season. Let's go, man. Let's go. Thank you, Madden, for once, as the Jaguars are looking like the juggernaut Jaguars that I see every damn year in Madden, where Urban Meyer's coach of the year, and they're letting us do it. They're letting us do our thing, as we are projected to lose in the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs, as they have us taking a right guard. I don't think we need offensive linemen. I like the way this offensive line is playing. Week 8 against the 2-4 Commanders, and we win again. We're 7-1. 7-1 after 8 weeks. Let's go, man. And I don't even think we had a TV game. They better put us on TV after this. After the bye week, we have no TV games. That's fine with me. As we go now, we're at the bye week, and y'all usually know me and bye week are not best friends, because every time I have a bye week, we go like on a losing streak and we melt down to end the season all the time. But let's see if it'll do the opposite. See if it'll do the opposite this time. As we didn't turn the ball over, Trevor Lawrence is playing great. He might be in the run for MVP. Shout out to the O-line. No sacks given up as we sacked Taylor Heineke 3 times. James Robinson, there you go. 80 yards and a touchdown. Travis Etienne with a touchdown. Marvin Jones has been great in his role. I might even think about bringing his ass back and say, fuck drafting a young guy to upgrade over him. Adams, Rubio, the receivers are playing great. Jamal Agnew even had a touchdown as our wide receiver 4. Devon Hamilton, 2 sacks. There goes Zach Allen and Kayvon Chason. Those 2 on the defense have been a big surprise. Kayvon Chason and Zach Allen are the unsung heroes of this team and defense right now, as we have, man, it's the only thing that can stop us right now is these damn injuries. So Miles Jack is back. We do have another injury. Laviska Shenault. We might need to check out free agency. We might need to. There's nobody there. Nobody there. So we're just going to trust our receivers. Let's make sure Miles Jack is our sub linebacker 1, because you know how Madden likes to do. This is definitely where you need to start checking out your depth chart. When you're winning games and then a big injury happens, this is where you need to go in and make sure everything is set the way that you set it. For Robinson Harrison, they'll probably put him in as like our rush D tackle 1 or something. So you definitely need to check that. They'll probably put Dwayne Smoot as our edge rusher. Okay, so that's the same. Hamilton, Allen, Smoot. Okay, that's all the same. So now we need to look at receivers. No Laviska Shenault. Marvin Jones has been playing great. Jamal Agnew, I kind of want to start He just had a touchdown, but he's not really a receiver to me. Wasn't he like a cornerback? I think he was a cornerback or something like that. Could go the rookie Coffee or Andy Isabella. So when we look at slot receivers, we might as well go Devonta Adams, Isabella, Coffee. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. But we are at week 9, so that means contracts are up. James Robinson having a great year. Having a great year. We'll give him that. Don't want to overpay him too much. Brandon Leonard and Norwell will wait on the veterans. Dwayne Smoot will wait to see how his stats are at the end of the season. Barber Jones will wait to see how much he regresses. Bradley Roby was basically like a 1-year Band-Aid. Patrick is a backup. Isabella backup. All these guys are backup. So you mean to tell me we only had to worry about James Robinson? I'm fine with that. As we save a lot of money. I mean, Jawan Taylor. We have to wait. We'll probably get Jawan Taylor a contract as the offensive line has been playing great. He had a great season last season, only giving up 8 under 10 sacks. Let's go ahead and upgrade the team one more time. As Zach Allen, man. The big surprise. Star Dev. Let's go. Trevor Lawrence, James Robinson, Devon Hamilton. Let's do LaRubio. He's already scheme fit. Hopefully he can win Rookie of the Year. On the offensive side, let's do Jawan Taylor, who we're looking to give a new contract to. Let's try to make him a scheme fit. And I mean, Laviska Shenault did go down with injury. Let's look at that medium route running that him and Devonta Adams were working on, and it is good. So let's do. Yeah, we might as well just try to make him a scheme fit. Let's do a route runner. And then the last person we'll look at is Devon Hamilton. He's already a run stopper. Man, all of our young guys playing well here. Man, I'm loving this rebuild so far already. Even year 1 with Urban Meyer, we even overachieved a little bit. Then we'll do Scambler, the scheme fit. And then James Robinson. He is not a scheme fit. So we'll just do power back as we have Travis Etienne as our elusive back. Man, what a start. And now here's the big one. This is the bye week. Bye week has never been good to me. So let's see how we play the second half of the season. Upgrade the team one more time. We'll just auto it this time. Javier Combs, has he been revealed yet? No, he hasn't, because he's not seeing a lot of snaps on the field. But week 10, no Laviska Shenault. Now we have to look to like Jamal Agnew, the Andy Isabellas, the rookie Coffee. So let's see how they all play. We have the 4 and 5 Raiders. We're at home. And we win 30-13. So no Laviska Shenault, no problem. We outpassed them. They outrushed us. We had a lot of first downs, no turnovers, 10 third down conversions, 2 touchdowns, no picks from Trevor Lawrence. Doesn't matter who he's throwing the ball to. James Robinson, a newly paid rich man, 2 touchdowns, 55 yards. Kind of disappointed in Travis Etienne. We might think about, as he fumbled, might think about moving in the receiver. If we lose Marvin Jones or let him go, maybe we, instead of drafting a new receiver, maybe we move Travis Etienne and have Travis Etienne, Laviska Shenault, and Devonta Adams. That's something to think about. LaRubio, 68 yards. Devonta Adams with a touchdown. Jamal Agnew, 4 catches, 63 yards. Great game for him. Travis Etienne was better in the receiving department than he was in rushing. Noel did give up a sack, half a sack for Smoot and chased on Andre Cisco with the pick. We did miss an extra pointer, but he did not miss the field goal. I'll take those 3 points over that one. No, I'll take that win, that W, over a L as Zach Allen. Yes, sir, we need you back because you are the MVP of this team right now. Let's see, rush, D tackle. Yes, so Zach Allen, Dwayne Smoot. Delegate that. One of your top players. I don't know what that's talking about, but now we have a chance. We didn't sweep the Texans. We have a chance to sweep the Colts. And the Titans right behind us still. They have a chance to, and the Colts are even still in. They win this game, they're still in it. But let's go ahead and complete the sweep. And we lose 24-21. So it looks like we might just split with the division. I'm fine with that as long as we make the playoffs. As long as we make the play, even if we don't win the division, I would be mad though because we have a big chance to do that. We outpassed them. We outrushed them. We didn't turn the ball over. So what happened? The field goal. So did we lose by 5%? All back from injury. So our secondary and O-line. Guess we're not going to change the depth chart because it doesn't want to load. And it's not loading. So slot receiver is what I want to change. I want to make it. Why can't I just go into the goddamn regular depth chart? Okay, there we go. Now it wants to load. So we're just going to go with Jamal Agnew, Isabella, and Coffee. Agnew had a great game. But 3-7 Chargers trying to bounce back from that loss as we had a couple of injuries. We missed the field goal. And we win 44-10, our highest scoring game of the season so far. And I think it's safe to say we're going to make the playoffs. We're probably going to win the division. Let's try to get that number one seed. Let's try to get the number one seed. We shut the running game down. Their passing game was great. We just didn't turn the ball over. We're not turning the ball over this season. We were up 30-3 at the half. 4 touchdowns, no picks from Trevor Lawrence. We sacked Justin Herbert 4 times. Carlos Hyde had a touchdown. Devonta Adams went off. Agnew has been playing great as Laviska Shenault's replacement. Travis Etienne is getting touchdowns in the receiving game. Might think about making him a receiver. We bullied Matt Pryor. K'Lavon Chaisson. Andre Cisco, K'Lavon Chaisson, and Zach Allen are the MVPs, the real MVPs of it. And look at this, Trevor Lawrence and K'Lavon Chaisson, both player of the weeks. Let's go, man. I think Cisco, star dev. Zach Allen already star dev. Should we get bumped up to superstar? And did I say K'Lavon Chaisson? Andre Cisco. Boys need star dev, man. As we have a breakout scenario for Trevor Lawrence trying to go up the X Factor. I think he's going to go up the X Factor anyway just because of the season that he is having. As we get Bradley Roby back from injury. Want to make Trey Herndon the slot, though. Week 13, we are 9-2. Oh, look at the Titans, bro. Even though we already beat them, they're right behind us. And once we play them next week and they probably beat us, they'll probably take the division. Oh, and I forgot. Contracts. Jawan Taylor definitely is earning it right now. Hell, even Marvin Jones maybe, but he is 32, going to be 33. But Jawan Taylor, I'll give him that. I'll give him that. Keep this young offensive line core intact. So only 2 players, James Robinson and Jawan Taylor. Let's see if we can beat the Bears at home to get our 10th win of the season. Double-digit wins in our first year as head coach. Let's go. Let's go, man. Duval. We outrushed them, shut the running game down. They outpassed us. We didn't turn the ball over. That's the key. Trevor Lawrence, and I know I've been, acknowledging the defense a lot, but Trevor Lawrence is not turning the damn ball over. So I guess the sign, and look at that, Travis Etienne out rushing. Well, they both did good, damn it. 70 yards each, 75 yards each, touchdown each. Devonta Adams was good. Jamal Agnew, shout out to him. He's been playing great as our wide receiver 3. 2 sacks for Allen. A sack and a half for the other Allen. A sack for Dwayne Smoot. Half a sack for Trey Herndon. And Matthew Wright is starting to miss field goals. He's only costed us 1 game, though, so ain't going to be too hard on him. As let's see if Trevor Lawrence is now a superstar X Factor. But he didn't hit it. But, hell, he might get it at the end of the season. anyway. So I'm not too worried about that as we get we get Laviska Shenault just in time. Back just in time. Oh, yeah. So this is an important game. We win this game, we sweep the Titans for a second year in a row, and we win the division. If they beat us, there'll be a game behind. We would have split with every team in our division. Let's actually do Walker Little, as he's going to be starting next year probably, whether that's Linder or Noel is gone. And then Westbrook could be our starting safety next year. But he's not really doing nothing as a sub linebacker too. Jason, Cisco. Let's do Travis Etienne. So this is a very important game. We've had their number. If we win, we basically win the division. Unless they win out or something, but we only have 4 games left. Yeah, they still could win the division, but this will definitely put us in the lead. If they beat us, they're a game behind. We get Laviska Shenault back. This is a big game. Should be on TV. They have us on no TV games, and we split with the whole division. So I mean, that's okay. Double-digit wins. Titans were going to beat us at some point, as they shut us down running, and they were actually able to get Derrick Henry going against us. We outpassed them. No turnovers. We still could have won this game. We were down 10-14 at the half. Close game. So we outplayed Tannehill again, but he was finally able to throw over 200 yards against us. 3 touchdowns for Darrington Evans. I guess that's what won him the game. A.J. Brown, Devonta Adams both had good games. First 100-yard game for our rookie tight end, Brandon LaRubio. Marvin Jones had a touchdown. Laviska Shenault, 2 catches, 29 yards, but he just came back from injury. Ken Robinson gave up 2 sacks, had a bad game. Miles Jack, who's been quiet all season, he's definitely gone after this season. Definitely going to trade him. I don't see his name. Yeah, he's not. Caleb on Chase on Zach Allen, Cisco, all these guys playing great, but he's not. So, but 4-9 Giants. Let's see if we can bounce back. Now, we bounced back early on when we lost to the Texans and we had to play the Bengals the next week. We bounced back, and we do the same thing against the Giants, 39-32. Let's go. As we outrushed them, we outpassed them. No turnovers. I think Trevor Lawrence has only thrown 1 or 2 picks this whole season, as they have a rookie quarterback who played great, Justin Riddle. But the O-line gave up no sacks, 92 yards for James Robinson, Travis Etienne with the touchdown. LaRubio, second 100-yard game as our tight end. Laviska Shenault was great. He's getting back in shape. And Evan Ingram, who we should have on this team, only had 1 catch for 20 yards. Sack for Dwayne Smoot. And we are 11-3. Are we? Titans, this is so annoying. 1 game behind us with 10 wins. And this is even more annoying. The damn Chiefs, the real juggernauts, have 13 wins. The Bills, all of a sudden, are winning games. They never win in the sim. They have 11 wins. Titans, 4 wins. The Bengals, who we beat, 9 wins, going to get 10 wins. We beat the Broncos. They're going to have 10 wins. So this is a competitive AFC. The 1 year where we're good, the whole AFC is good. Typical Madden shit. Battle of the Florida teams, Dolphins, Jaguars. Let's see if we can beat them. Hold on to this division lead, please. And we do. And with that loss that the Titans just suffered, we have clinched, I think, our division. We still got to play the Eagles and the Chiefs. I think we're good, though. I think we're going to get a division title. As we outrushed them, we outpassed them. We did have 1 turnover, and it was an interception. Not a great game from Trevor Lawrence. Still efficient. But look at that. Look at that rushing combo. More yards for ETN, touchdown for Robinson, Chase Edmonds. What's with these backup running backs getting 3 touchdowns against us? And what's with the Dolphins making realistic signings? They brought in Chase Edmonds like they did in real life. They got Ronald Jones. Damn, look at frog stuck in my throat. Got Chris Godwin. Man, they were spending money. But Rubio, he's been having a great 3-game stretch at tight end. Juwan Taylor with that new contract, giving up 2 sacks. Don't show your real self. Now Devon Hamilton with the sack. Josh Allen, the other Allen. And Jerome Baker had a pick against us. There you go. Matthew Wright make those field goals. 3 for 3 with a 54-yarder. And we're sitting at 12 wins. Now we have the Eagles, who are 4-11. We kind of had an easy schedule. We're playing a lot of 4-win teams, so if we can beat them, and we are beating them 35-30. We have 13 wins, and we might not be the number 1 seed. It's going to come down against this final game against the Chiefs. Let's see. This game definitely should be prime time, too. No turnovers. I mean, the Eagles played great. They probably should have won that game the way Jalen Hurts played, 4 touchdowns, no pick. But look at the offensive line. That was the difference. They gave up 3 sacks. We gave up none. James Robinson was great. Trevor Lawrence had he should be MVP. Devonta Adams, probably a 1,000-yard season for him. Damn near close for Marvin Jones, probably like 800, 900 yards. James Robinson with the receiving touchdowns. Levis 2 touchdowns. Season kind of got ruined with that injury. Dwayne Smoot, Caleb on Chason. What's up with Josh Allen and Myles Jack? 2 best players on our defense not performing, but I guess they're so great that the other players around them are having breakout seasons. And look at this shit. We're a 13-win team, right? Chiefs are 14-win team, but we definitely jumped the bill. Okay, so if we beat the Chiefs, we are the number 1 seed in the AFC and get a bye week. We're in the playoffs, so I'm already happy. 13 wins in the second year with the Jaguars is great. That's great in itself. Division title, great in itself. But if we can become the number 1 seed, weekly award, and we're at home. Thank you. Trevor Lawrence, let's go. But now we're going to upgrade this team, man. We have the Chiefs. Juggernaut Chiefs versus Juggernaut Jaguars, the 2 juggernaut teams. I always call them juggernauts. But we're going to have to beat them here. If we want that number 1 seed, we're going to have to beat them. Let's do Josh Allen because he's kind of having a quiet year. He might be having a good season. I just haven't noticed his stats because everybody else is playing great. See if Combs has been revealed. I don't think so, though. Yeah, so we'll just auto-upgrade. Everybody get on with this game. Simulate it real quick. See if we're good enough. They're 86 overall, 81 defense, 91 offense, and then we're 80s all across the board. But look at our division. Colts 9-7, Titans 10-6. It's just the Texans who are trash. And we lose by 4 points, and we host a playoff game against our division opponent, the Colts. So that means 3 teams in the AFC South made the playoffs, Titans, Colts, and us. Feel bad for the Texans. But, man, we took the Chiefs to the limit. I'm proud. I'm proud of the season. One of the most proud seasons I've ever been a part of. Would have been a 4-game winning streak going to the playoffs, would have been number 1 seed. But the score of the game, I can't be mad at it. We didn't get blown out. We outrushed them. No turnovers. Same third downs. Look at that. Both quarterbacks were on point. Just our offensive line probably played their worst game of the season, but 21-28 still. James Robinson was great. Fullback had a touchdown. Levis 100 yards. Devonta Adams, 85 yards in the touchdown. Touchdown for Rubio. Juwan Taylor and our defense got shut down. They couldn't get no pressure on Patrick Mahomes. So the way we performed against the Chiefs, we are for real. We are for real. Even though we have to go through the wild card, we're for real. I'm going to talk about our first playoff game, and it's the Colts. They beat us once. We beat them. We split with them. We're going to play it cool, though, and be humble, because we had this great season. It could all end here in this playoff game against the Colts. They know us. This is the 3rd time we're playing against them. They're very familiar with us. So the season could end here, but if it does, I'm proud, man, that nobody expected the Jaguars to win the division, make the playoffs, get 13 wins, take the Chiefs to the limit, damn near winning the number 1 seed in the AFC. You knew Madden wasn't going to let that shit happen, though. But looking at the top performers, Brady, Mahomes throwing for 50. He got that 50 against us with those 4 touchdowns. And then Matt Ryan, Joe Mixon, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, Calvin Ridley, Tyler Johnson, Will Beekman, Von Miller, Khalil Mack, and Frank Clark all with 20 sacks. Marshawn Lattimore, J.O.K., Byron Murphy, Blake Martinez, Deion Jones, and Eric Kendricks. Looking at our stacks, we had the 6th best offensive yards in the league. Second in defensive yards. 10th in points scored. 3rd in points allowed. 4,400 yards. 32 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions on the season. Give him X Factor, give him MVP. 23 sacks allowed from the offense line. Shout out to them. James Robinson, give him a superstar that 1,400 yards, 5.2 average yards per carry, 18 tutties, no fumbles. Longest play was a 74-yard rush. Kind of a disappointing year for Travis Etienne, but even with 400 yards from him, 4 touchdowns, that's great. He did have a fumble. Longest run was a 10-yard run, first down run. Trevor Lawrence had a touchdown. He ran for 200 and a touchdown. 2 touchdowns for our rookie fullback. Receiver, 1,300 yards, 95 catches for Devonta Adams. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. Marvin Jones, 900 yards and 6. That is great for him. And then our rookie tight end, almost 90 catches, 850 yards, 4 touchdowns, rookie of the year. Laviska Shenault would have had 900 yards or something if he didn't get injured. Travis Etienne out of the backfield, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. So he had, 700 yards from scrimmage, 7 touchdowns. Jamal Agnew came in, got 3 touchdowns. James Robinson also had 200 catches, 3 touchdowns. So our running backs, we use both of them. Our longest receiving play was 67 yards to Devonta Adams. Offensive line, Jawan Taylor, that's why he earned his contract. He gave up 4 sacks the last 2 games. So he really, the last 2 games before going in, he had only given up 4 sacks on the season. He earned that contract. Karen Robinson. Norwell was actually bad, or from the guard position, or just okay, or just average. So might not bring him back. Linder was actually great. Barch. Defense, Miles Jack, 100 yards. Not 100 yards, 100 tackles, 5 TFLs for him, 2 sacks and a pick. Shaquille Griffin, breakout season for him. Trey Herndon was just our whole defense was great, though. Rashawn Jenkins definitely could use an upgrade over him. Tyson Campbell. I mean, we didn't have a lot of picks, but our defense played great. Josh Allen actually did have a good season. 11 TFLs, 9 sacks, 4 picks for Andre Sisco. Caleb Chason, breakout season for him. Devon Hamilton, just an okay season. Zach Allen, breakout season. Dwayne Smoot, great season for him. Might keep him around. Or might let him leave and get a back somewhere else and upgrade that position. Don't know yet. Forced fumbles, 2 for Shaquille Quarterman, our middle linebacker. 2/3, Ramon Westbrook, our safety / middle linebacker 2, Shaquille Griffin. We had a block for Zach Allen, Josh Allen, and Devon Hamilton. We had a safety for Dwayne Smoot and no defensive touchdowns kicking. We did miss that 1 extra pointer. But when it comes to field goals, he only missed 5, 76% completion. Inside the 20, 10 times, long it was a 68, average 49.9. So punter, not really. But we probably didn't even punt it a lot. Yearly awards, give it to him, Trevor Lawrence. Patrick Mahomes, Trevor Lawrence at number 10. I was about to get mad if he wasn't even in the mention. Coach of the year, it is No Vision Duncan, taking this Jaguars team to the playoffs, 1 game away from the number 1 seed, making players like Caleb Chason and Zach Allen, Andre Sisco, having career years. Let's go. Let's go, man. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Patrick Mahomes, should have been Trevor Lawrence. He's at number 5. James Robinson at number 9. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Frank Clark. The Chiefs just dominating every damn award. No Jaguars. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Will Beekman. LaRubio at number 2. That's bullshit. The Chiefs getting all the awards. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Sean Bridges, that defensive tackle that we could have took. Ramon Westbrook at 4, which is our safety. Best QB, Patrick Mahomes. Trevor Lawrence, number 2. Best running back, Jonathan Taylor. James Robinson at 4. Best receiver, Will Beekman. We're runner-ups to the Chiefs and everything. When it comes to seeding and awards, Devonta Adams at number 2. O-lineman, Creed Humphrey. It's the Chiefs, man. And look at that. Brandon Linder at number 9. Best D-lineman, Chiefs. Zach Allen at 10. Best linebacker, Joey Bosa. We had Josh Allen actually at number 4. DB, Derwin James. Andre Sisco at 4. Shaq Griffin at 7. Best kicker, Matt Gay of the Colts, who we are taking on. So hopefully we don't lose to Matt Gay and the Colts. But let's see. Let's see if we can perform against them and get a playoff win. My God. My God. 49. We almost dropped 50 on them boys' heads. It was 21-14 going into the third quarter. We shut them out and we scored 4 touchdowns, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, outrushed them, outpassed them, shut their passing game down, 657 yards gained. 5 touchdowns, no picks, 1 sack from Trevor Lawrence. We sacked Jameis 6 times. Laviska Shenault, 3 touchdowns, 170 yards. LaRubio, Marvin Jones with a touchdown, 70 yards. Touchdown for even Dan Arnold. Russell Okung, former Seahawk and Charger, just bullied them with Josh Allen and Zach Allen and Caleb Vaughn, Chase On. 7 extra pointers made for Matthew Wright as this incredible season continues. 13 wins, 1 game away from the number 1 seed. Defensive players who shouldn't be playing great. We get a playoff win. We just beat a team in our division in the wild card, and now in the divisional round, we have a chance to beat another team in our division to advance to the AFC Championship game to probably play against the Chiefs in a juggernaut matchup. Goddamn, this rebuild right now is so perfect. Weekly awards, give it to them, Josh Allen and Trevor Lawrence. As we're going to hop in and watch this and see how this plays out. Let's talk about our first playoff victory. Great year. Coach of the year for us, too. I forgot about that. Coach of the year in our first year. Get 7 staff points. And this team is just balling right now, man. This team is balling. But let's go ahead and hop in. And let's see what happens. And if we do end up getting to the Super Bowl somehow, what a road this would have been. Beat the 2 teams in our division that also made the playoffs with us. Hopefully we see the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. I do want to see them get revenge for that Week 18. And Trevor Lawrence already got his first playoff victory as the Chiefs are playing the Denver Broncos. Broncos, a team we already defeated. The key here is going to be shutting down King Henry. So we get the ball first, feeding James Robinson. We get a big play to Devonta Adams, feeding James Robinson some more. Then we get a big play to James Robinson. We get a big play to Brandon LaRubio, 1st and goal. And we get stopped. Get a field goal. Matthew Wright, feel like we should have got a touchdown there. They get a big play for some guy named Scott Payton. They run it with Henry for 5 yards. They feed in Derrick Henry again. They get a big play to Julio Jones, who's still on the team. They got A.J. Brown still on the team, feeding Derrick Henry. And we stop them, and they get a field goal. So both defenses holding up in the red zone. Feeding James Robinson now. And we are going to punt the ball. They're feeding Derrick Henry and De'Aaron Evans, who had 3 touchdowns against us in our last matchup. And Josh Allen, 2 back-to-back sacks to force them to punt the ball. 3rd and 1. Y'all got to get this. Travis Etienne. Now we're feeding Brandon LaRubio. We're moving backwards. Marvin Jones with a penalty. But we get some of those yards back, and now it's 3rd and 8. They get a penalty. Thank you, Rasul Douglas. Cam Robinson giving up a penalty now. But we're driving. They give up the big penalty, Christian Fulton. Thank you, sir. We're down there at the goal line. We get a touchdown with Travis Etienne. We are what the hell just happened? They must have had a special teams touchdown or a big play. Don't know what the fuck happened, but they got an instant touchdown to tie it right back up as we feed James Robinson. We get the 1st down on 3rd and 4 at Brandon LaRubio, the rookie tight end, who should have been rookie of the year. It is 1st down. We're driving 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Devonta Adams with a receiving catch. Travis Etienne, can he get his 2nd touchdown of the game? No, we move backwards, but we make the field goal 13-10. I'll take that. Need to start scoring them touchdowns, though, when we get in the red zone. They're moving backwards. They get a big play. They get another big play from Derrick Henry. 2-minute warning. They are going to punt We have a minute to drive down there and get some kind of points, as we're going to punt it to them. They have 20 seconds, 3 timeouts to try to get in field goal range, and they can't do it. They get the ball at the half. We're up 3 points, and we force them to punt the ball. This defense, man. If we can score a touchdown here, we're in the red zone. We have no problem getting in the red zone. It's just when we actually get down there and we get sacked. It's kicking these field goals. Settling for field goals instead of getting touchdowns could come back to haunt us in the end, as they're turning up right now. Hold them to a field goal. They get a touchdown. Julio Jones. They go up 1 point. This is what I'm talking about. If we just scored touchdowns instead of field goals, we don't have to worry about this. We get a big play, though, to Devonta Adams. Travis Etienne. Where the hell is James Robinson? And we get a touchdown with Trevor Lawrence. We go for 2, and Trevor Lawrence has to throw it away, but we're up 5. 22-17 going into the fourth quarter. They're moving backwards. Josh Allen with his 3rd sack of the game. And if we can get some kind of points here to put the pressure on Tennessee, we're driving. We're moving the ball. Marvin Jones. Oh, my God. No long field goal attempt. Get this first down. Trevor Lawrence rushing it for 8 yards, but Cam Robinson with the penalty. Travis Etienne. Now it's 3rd and 10, and we get the first down with Devonta Adams. It's not looking good for Tennessee. We get the touchdown to Laviska Shenault, and that might have been it. That might have been the dagger. Time is against them right now. Jacksonville trying to get to an AFC Championship game. Last time they were there, they had Blake Bortles. They go for it on 4th down. And Trevor Lawrence is going to the AFC Championship game in his 2nd season. James Robinson, Etienne was great. Devonta Adams was unstoppable. But this man, Josh Allen, 5 sacks in the game. And look at that. He got hurt. But this magical year, it continues. It's not going to end just yet. We are in the AFC Championship game, Coach of the Year, new star defensive players from underrated players, division title, 13 wins. We have defeated the Colts and the Titans, knocked them out of the playoffs. And to make it even more storyline written, juggernaut Chiefs, who stopped us from getting that number 1 seed, against the juggernaut Jaguars whenever the computer controls them. But, man, the Chiefs, it's going to be hard. They robbed us of all those damn awards. We were runner-ups to every single award, every single category. As Andre Sisco is back, Josh Allen must be back too. Let's get it. I'm ready. I'm ready for him. Let's play the conference championship. And if it all ends here, this is a winning season. This is the only team that can stop us right now. The only team that can stop us right now is Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. But we wouldn't want it any other way, man. The Colts, Titans, perfect matchups. They're the teams in our division who made the playoffs, all 3 of us. Shout out to this whole division, AFC South. But we were able to knock them out. And now, can we get revenge against the Chiefs? Hell, if we would have gotten the number 1 seed, we still probably would have played the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. Only difference is they're at home and we're not.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to Chile, but of course sold out GEHA
as Dallas and Green Bay. Dallas, another team that we beat. We upset it early on in the season, around week 2 or week 3. If they get to the Super Bowl, they have a chance to, if we get there, they have a chance to get revenge against us. But we get the ball first, feed James Robinson, and we're going to have to score with, we have to run the scoreboard up with the Chiefs. And here we go. We punt the ball. They're probably going to drive down the field and get a touchdown. Look at this big penalty for Tyson Campbell, and then an instant touchdown, Noah Gray. Chiefs already up 7-0. This is what I was afraid of. But how do we respond? How do we respond? 3 big plays, 2 to LaRubio. Feed James Robinson. Now we have a 3rd and 4. They stop us. I say go for it. But we make the field goal. We get some type of points on the board, but the defense is going to have to step up and stop this damn offense. It's 3rd and 10. And we make them punt. No, they kick a 59-yard field goal with Harrison Butker, and he misses it. So take advantage. Take advantage of that missed field goal. Big play to Devonta Adams. Let's go. We need to score here. Capitalize off their turnover. We get a touchdown with Devonta Adams. 10-7. Let's go. Let's go. We're keeping up with the Chiefs. We're keeping on pace with them. It's 3rd and 7. Shaquem Griffin, you got to pick that off, man. Mahomes ain't going to give that to you too many times. Got to pick that off. It is 3rd and 2. They get the first down. They're in field goal range already. They're driving. They're running the ball all over us, but they get a big penalty from Trey Smith. Now they're moving backwards. It's 3rd and 23. They're going to get the first down. They don't. They're going to kick another field goal. And Harrison Butker misses a 53-yarder. He misses a 59-yarder and a 53-yarder. 2 missed field goals. Can we take advantage again? No, we cannot. That was a perfect opportunity to capitalize off of 2 missed field goals and make them pay for it. But it is 3rd and 9. They're going to punt the ball. The Chiefs' offense is looking stagnant right now. But so is our offense, as we can't do nothing. Both defenses on point, trying to send their teams to the Super Bowl. Our defense is for real. We're making 7 points for the Chiefs in the first half. If our offense can just get hot, we're going to win this game. Patrick Mahomes can't do nothing against it. They're literally running the ball against us. They can't even pass against us. Now, our offense should get going at some point. Oh, my God. Go for it. Can't keep playing hot potato with this football right now. 2-minute warning. Their offense is going to get hot. Had like 3 opportunities to go up big against them, but it's 3rd down. They're going to... Did he just miss? Oh, they went for it. 10-7. That's a win for us. I'm really confident in this defense right now. 3rd and 13. And we give up a penalty. Devon Hamilton, what the fuck? Patrick Mahomes. 3rd and 9. They get the first down. You got to pick that off, Caleb Vaughn. And they move backwards, and then they get the big 3rd and long play to Noah Gray. But they're still moving backwards. But they get the third down. They go for it on 4th and 2, and with their fullback, they get the first down. And they're going to settle for another field goal. And they don't get it. The Chiefs have 7 points, bro. If we score a touchdown, the way our defense is playing, we're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to the Super Bowl. You got to go for that. We go for it on 4th and 1. Coach of the year. No vision, Dawkins. Let's go. Not scared of the moment. Not scared of the moment. Not acting like a pussy. He goes for it. Get the field goal. Matthew Wright. If we lose this game, you are going to be replaced. Harrison Butker is missing a 53-yarder and a 59-yarder. That's understandable. 32-yarder to go up 6 points with 14 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, and you missed that chip shot? This defense is for real. But God damn it, Matthew Wright. Big play, Laviska Shenault. We can't think about that missed field goal as we have a chance to actually get a touchdown here. I don't even want to settle for another field goal. I say go for it. Their offense is going to open up at some point, man. I told you. Will Beekman. And now we have to respond. Big play to Laviska Shenault. Come on, offense. Y'all got to do something. Go for it. They go for it. Man, this coach is not scared. No vision. Duncan is not scared of the moment. And we get down there. Touchdown to LaRubio. We go up 3. What a way to respond. This team has been responding all year. 2 minutes to go. The Chiefs are driving. They're just now starting to do something on offense. 1 minute, 50 seconds to go. 55 seconds left. They get the touchdown. Let's go in. Let's throw a Hail Mary here. Got nothing to lose. Defense played outstanding, man.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up.
So we're going to lose the game, AFC Championship game, by 4 points. But the way the defense played, the Chiefs didn't do anything the whole game until the last 2 drives where they scored a touchdown. We missed that field goal, that chip shot. We had other opportunities where we were shutting it down early on, and then our offense couldn't do nothing. So shout out to both defenses, but we had a great chance to go to the Super Bowl. But AFC Championship game, 13 wins. We knocked out 2 division rivals in the playoffs, took the Chiefs to the limits once again. Defensive players who are underrated, playing great. Coach of the Year award for us. A-plus season. Grade A season. Probably should have been the Super Bowl. We are rooting for the Cowboys, though. But Pro Bowlers, we should have plenty of them. We should have Trevor Lawrence starting QB1 in the Pro Bowl. I think James Robinson was snubbed. 18 touchdowns, snubbed. Henry, I think that's our rookie fullback making the Pro Bowl. Devonta Adams, that's 3. LaRubio as a rookie, 4. Brandon Linder, 5. Zach Allen, 6. Josh Allen was snubbed. Shaquille Griffin, 7. Andre Cisco, 8. 8 Pro Bowlers from this team. Breakout player scenario, that's probably a glitch. But let's see if we have a lot of upgrades. I'm thinking Trevor Lawrence, James Robinson, Andre Cisco. Trevor Lawrence robbed of an X factor, but I mean, I guess they want him to do it again for one more year, see if he can play like how he played. But James Robinson goes up the superstar dev, so we get a superstar running back. I think LaRubio was robbed. 2nd in Rookie of the Year, Pro Bowler, his rookie season. Should have went up to star dev. It's okay, Madden. Combs, we drafted a superstar, could lose his dev trait as James Robinson just got superstar, and we didn't play Combs at all. He was like our long snapper. But now we have a superstar center or guard, wherever we want to play him, where he's going to replace either Linder or Norwell. Probably Norwell, who had the worst season. Linder was great, so we'll move Combs in the guard. And, man, we have 2 new superstars on the offensive side. Then on the defensive side, Zach Allen, we saw, went up to star in season. Shaq Griffin probably could have went up to superstar. Cisco probably should have went up to star. Kayvon Chason, though, goes up to star. So we get a new star on defense, a new superstar on offense, and this team is looking great. Super Bowl, Chiefs, Cowboys. Let's go, Cowboys. Let's go. 23-20, Dak Prescott. Patrick Mahomes, MVP. No Vision, Duncan, Coach of the Year. Patrick Mahomes, Offensive Player of the Year. Khalil Mack, the rookie quarterback of the Giants. And then Justin Riddle. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to the Cowboys, middle linebacker Keelan Boyd, who also wins a Super Bowl in his rookie year. So shout out to the Cowboys. They beat the Chiefs. Feel like we could have beat the Cowboys if we got there. We did beat them in week 3. But great season from us. Great season. I forgot to check out our team rankings. I saw we were number 10 when it came to something. Hopefully it shows up on the screen. Yes, we were 10 points per game, 16 in passing yards per game, 8 rushing yards per game, 3 in defensive points per game, 2 in passing yards, 4 in rush yards. Defensive year from us. Mock draft 3 is out as we're going to have a high pick. Not a high pick. I'm talking about high like as a number. So we're all the way down here at, 30. Losing in the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs. I think that's what mock draft 2 had. Christian Landry, though. Don't need another running back. Don't need another running back. We'll look at, don't need offensive line either. Might think about trading up. Might think about trading up for like a middle linebacker or a receiver. Probably not receiver. Probably middle linebacker is more needed. But let's look at the retirements. Maybe Brandon Linder, Norwell. We lose Carlos Hyde, so I mean that's probably why they want us to take a running back. I don't need 3. We got 2. We got new superstars. One at that too. So Brandon Linder had a great season. I wouldn't mind bringing him back for one more year. But when does Walker Little get in? And then Combs definitely has to get in too. So I wouldn't mind bringing Brandon Linder back. He's not interested in signing. And Smoot, okay year. But we're going to let him test, see if we can upgrade that position. Same thing with Marvin Jones, Bradley Roby. All these guys can probably walk. I like what Dan Arnold did as our tight end too. But not that much. Only 6 catches and a touchdown. Bradley Roby really didn't do much for us. Andy Isabella, Martinez Rankin. Yeah, we'll let all those guys walk. As we are definitely Super Bowl contenders going into year 3, going into the next season. But looking at the team, so Trevor Lawrence got robbed, should have been superstar X Factor. James Robinson does go up superstar, so that's going to help us out. Henry did make the Pro Bowl as a rookie fullback. Definitely could use wide receiver 3. Who the hell is this Cooper guy? Looks not bad, not that bad. Could use wide receiver 3. Rubio should have went up to star dev. They robbed him. Luke Farrell could be our tight end too, I guess. Got Cam Robinson now. Walker Little at left guard. Combs kept his superstar dev. So yeah, we're in good shape. We're in good shape on the O line. Don't need to spend that money on the old guys. Left end though, we could use an upgrade over Roy Robertson Harris. We save a lot of money if we cut his ass. Might cut him now. King Griffin I'm keeping. Miles Jack, he led the team in tackles. That's all he did. Really didn't do that much. So I think we're actually going to put him on a trading block now. Then we have Josh Allen, Fuller, Tessa Campbell. We could use cornerback 3, and we could use a strong safety. So looking at free agency, I mean, Tyreek Hill is there. I don't need him. Baker, no, I don't even know why. I'm looking at quarterbacks, running backs, fullbacks. So wide receiver, could use a wide receiver 3, but sign a Devonta Adams, Laviska Shenault on a rookie deal. I think we could just draft a receiver. Marvin Jones played great, but we'll probably let him go. Upgrade that position. I think we can draft a receiver. We got our offensive lineman. Norwell wants to go to the Raiders, I guess. And then Brandon Leonard's getting a big contract from the Eagles. So, yeah, go get paid, old man. Go get paid. Cheap contracts for Dwayne Smoot. As we might have to bring him back, as I don't see any real upgrades over him just yet. Fletcher Cox there at defensive tackle. Don't really need him. Jeff Simmons, Montez Sweat, Chase Vinovich. I guess Jeff Simmons. Makes the most sense. Move him at left end. He's an upgrade over Dwayne Smoot. Big upgrade over Dwayne Smoot. And then Kayvon, they're letting my players, I guess if you have a great season, they let most of your players keep their depth trait. As Zach Allen was the only one who was robbed of his star depth trait, but I'm keeping him there. Bobby Wags at middle linebacker, and then for Levante David staying in Florida, and then we trade Miles Jack and draft another middle linebacker. Maybe that's what we do. I haven't done Bobby Wagner yet, or signed him. Cornerback, Sean Murphy-Bunting. We could sign or draft a corner. Greedy Williams, Rocky Sin. Screw the Cowboys out of getting a cornerback, maybe. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Bobby Wagner or Devonta David to replace Miles Jack, because we're probably going to trade him. Let's do... I haven't done Bobby Wagner yet. They're not scheme fits either. I mean, but it really doesn't matter. Let's go with Bobby. Or do we keep Devonta David in Florida? I'm going to go with Bobby this time. I think we've done Devonta David already before. I ain't going to lowball him too much, but let's see if he'll take a team-friendly deal. And then I'm thinking maybe cornerback. And that's either Sean Murphy-Bunting or Greedy Williams. I think let's go Greedy Williams. Don't want the Cowboys to get stronger. So we have Tyson Campbell on a rookie deal. Okay, let's do Greedy Williams. And Matthew Wright might be out of here. He almost cost us that game. I mean, he only missed one field goal. So Jeff Simmons, Bobby Wagner, and Greedy Williams all on the defensive side, making our defense even more stronger. I'm actually going to spend. We have a lot of points. Let's go ahead and spend on the player personnel. And we're looking at DN. Who was it? Cornerback. Not really too high on cornerback. Actually, I didn't need to spend the linebacker one. Nobody was making offers at Bobby. Just the Jeff Simmons one. So didn't mean to do that. But let's go ahead and simulate, see if we get him. Bobby Wagner, Jeff Simmons, and Greedy Williams. We get all three. Bobby Wagner, Greedy Williams, and Jeff Simmons. And we have no trade offers, surprisingly, for Miles Jack. Nobody wants him. Nobody wants my boy. Interesting. But look at this. We get Jeff Simmons, who we can move over to left end. Major upgrade over Dwayne Smoot as we finally fix that D-line position. And if Zach Allen can play the way he played and wasn't a one-year wonder, it'll be great. So we get Jeff Simmons. We get Bobby Wagner, who could pair up with Miles Jack now, but we're looking to trade him. And we get Greedy Williams, cornerback 3, to pair up with Tyson Campbell and Shaquille Griffin. I think we're good. Our defense gets even stronger. Looking at mock draft 4, let's see if it changes. See if they have us taking a running back still. They have us taking a left guard. I don't want a left guard. So let's look at the top prospects in the draft class. Receiver, I think, is a position we could look at. Could trade up for like a Dwayne Marsh. He actually doesn't look that good. Tony King actually does not look that good for a top 5 pick. Julian Red. Damn, these receivers suck ass. Maybe we should sign a wide receiver 3. Damien Goldstein. Ooh. He's the second fastest receiver in the class, also the strongest and number one in the shuttle, A awareness. Damien Goldstein is wide receiver 1. Damien Goldstein is wide receiver 1. I need to look at the mock draft to see where they have him going. Don't need any O-lineman. Could use a backup right end just in case Zach Allen, falls off, doesn't have the same type of season that he just had. Looks like there is no DNs, though. Looking at D tackle, that could move the DN. Let's look at Deshaun Miles. He actually looks okay. We'll put him on the list. Let's look at Jonathan Whitehead. See if we can put him on the list. Not really. This draft class looks weak. Don't need edge rusher. Could use middle linebacker as we're looking to move away from Miles Jack. And Joe Conway looks good. Alonzo Harris, let's see if he looks like he could be a player to replace Miles Jack. Got our corner, and we still need strong safety. So we'll look at Joel Lang, B-man. He looks good. Yeah, this draft class is weak. We're definitely gonna have to trade up. Ezra Hamilton doesn't look that good. Rashawn Bonds, B hit power, B tackling. He looks okay. I mean, if he's there, we'll take him. And I'm gonna look at these kickers, man, because B awareness, but poor kick power. Let's look at the mock draft because I want that receiver. Tony King is going number 1. Dwayne Marsh at 8. Interesting. We should be able to get our receiver then. But, I mean, there is no safeties I'm interested in free agency. So let's just go ahead to the draft. Look at final mock draft. 5th-year option, I think that is Josh Allen. Caleb on Chase on, we're picking it up. Star Dev now. Breakout season. Yes, sir. And I came into this rebuild expecting that we weren't going to pick it up. Private workouts, I think I'm actually going to do this time. We're going to do the receiver, Damien Goldstein. We're going to do Joel Lang and Deshaun Miles. I think those are the 3 positions. Was there a middle linebacker? Joe Conway. So I don't think we have to trade up. I think we could actually stay put, get our receiver, but we could trade up for a middle linebacker. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the receiver, trade Miles Jack and like a future first. I think you got a plan. I think we can stay put, get our receiver, trade Miles Jack and a future first and some other picks to move up to get like a middle linebacker and then hopefully get the safety or another position of need in the 2nd round. And I think we win the draft. I think we win free agency that way. And I think we make our team better. And I think we could definitely get back to the AFC Championship like that. And especially with all our new dev traits. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's look at the final mock draft. See who they have us taking. They have us taking that guard still. Let's make sure that that receiver that we put on our list is not all of a sudden in the mock because other teams are copying. So Conway is a player that we could trade up for. Need to make sure we jump the Steelers. Yeah. Need to make sure we jump the Steelers. So we'll probably trade up with the Patriots. Miles Jack is going to be a Patriot instead of a Steeler. But looking at the free agency recap, then we'll look at the trade offers. Tyreek Hill to the Bucks, Kareem Hunt to the Eagles. Okay. But we're looking at our division. We're looking at AFC South. Eagles spending a lot of money. Eagles spending a lot of money. So I don't see the Colts. I don't see the Titans or the Texans. So our division stayed quiet. I did see the Texans one player right there, but our division staying quiet, and that's great because we won the division and we got even better. Looking at the trade offers, third and the fourth, Ashton Davis actually went straight up for him. That's a bad trade. At least give me some damn picks. But I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna trade him to the Patriots. And we save a lot more money, too. We just spent money in free agency, so we're going to use Miles Jack to get some of that money back. Also, he did not have too crazy of a season. We got Bobby Wagner, his replacement. So we're going to go, let's see, Patriots. I want your first-round pick at pick 16. We'll give you a first-round pick next year because I think we're going to be good. And then you can have our third-round pick this year for your first-round pick. Giving up, that will put the team over the salary cap. Give me Kendrick Bourne. Trade accepted. So Miles Jack, a first next year, a third this year for their first this year, and Kendrick Bourne to eat up salary cap. And that gives us a wide receiver 3, even though we're going to draft one. But let's advance the week to the draft. So we should be able to stay put. Let's see the Chargers pick. Please don't go quarterback. So they get a receiver for Justin Herbert. Dolphins get a new QB. They're done with Tua. Baker Mayfield, who's now just signed with the Eagles. They get a cornerback. Texans, they go quarterback, so probably no more Deshaun Watson.
The Lions on the clock now.
As those reports keep coming out, the massages. So we are at pick 16. We have 2 first-round picks.
It's their selection. The Ravens are up now. Let's see what direction they go. Okay, the Panthers on the clock now. The Raiders on the clock now. What direction will they go? On the clock
Make
now,
sure that the Falcons don't screw us over.
The Jaguars
and they
are
don't.
Now.
So
let's see what direction they go in.
We're going to screw the Steelers. And we have a choice right here. We can take Joel Lang, safety, or take what we traded up for. And that's actually Corey Miller is a round 1 guy, but he doesn't look that good. Grant Felder is a round 1 guy. A block shedding, B zone, B play reg. He looks good, but I think Joe Conway, A injury, A play reg, A power moves, A hit power. We traded up for him, and that's who we're going to take.
Okay,
Hidden Dev, let's go. Now. Pair him up with Bobby Wagner. We, even though trading away Miles Jack, we get Bobby Wagner and Conway. We fix the middle linebacker position just like that, and then we should be able to stay put and get the receiver that we need. And we added Kendrick Bourne. So with the Miles Jack trade, we get Conway and Bobby Wagner to replace Miles Jack, so we get a 2-for-1, and then within that, we get Kendrick Bourne, who could be our wide receiver 3, but we're finna get our wide receiver 3 with our next pick and get 4. We'll have 4 receivers and another 2 extra weapons for Trevor Lawrence. So we're going to get 2 linebackers to fix our middle linebacker position and 2 receivers to add even more weapons for Trevor Lawrence. So I think we're killing free agency, we're killing the draft, and then in free agency we just address the defense to power them up even more, who got us to the AFC Championship game. But let's see if the Titans are going to screw us. They don't. Are the Packers going to fuck us over before our pick? They don't. And we're going to go ahead and get our receiver right here. I'm enjoying this damn rebuild. We have a choice, though. We can take Julian Red, who looks garbage, or we could actually skip Damien Goldstein here, and we could go with that safety. But I think A, awareness, B, short route running. Look at this. Look at the college pro day. Look at the NFL combine. He was the strongest and fastest receiver. We're taking him. Damien Goldstein. Let's look at his. He's 6 foot 205, right hand, 22 out of San Diego State. Let's take him.
Okay, the
Normal dev. I'm
Chiefs are on the
surprised,
clock now.
but 93 speed, 90 acceleration, 96 agility. He's better than that normal dev. He's better than that normal dev. And then we'll look try to get a safety. We still have our second round pick because we traded our third round pick.
On the clock now, the Jaguars.
And let's see who falls. Oh, another receiver would have fell to us. Kidding me? F release though. That's why he fell. That explains it. But let's look at. There's a day 3. There's a second and third rounder. And Wayne Taylor could go DN. Cardell Yarbrough. No. Double D's right there on that list. Jonathan Whitehead. Yeah, could be the pick. Maybe not. B tackling. A play reg. B hit power. David Wharton might be a steal. Boy. John Carter, A block shedded, A play rec, C man, B pursuit. He looks like a beast. Do we take him or do we take that D tackle? I think we go John Carter.
All right, the Chiefs are now on the clock.
And hopefully that defensive tackle fall. Oh, we don't have a third round pick. Hopefully he falls. He looked like he was a beast.
Okay,
Like,
the Jaguars are now on the clock.
but we went with the safety, more of a position of need. But let's see if that D tackle is somehow still there. Sometimes the guy's in red and he is actually gone. I mean, him or the safety, we're going to take the safety all day. Looking at some DNs that are big. 295, C block shedding. C awareness, B play reg. Just need to work on that. Jeremy Tolbert might be a pick. Jeremy Tolbert might be the pick. Could use another running back. Let's take him. Let's take him. What was his name? Jeremy. Was it Jeremy Tolbert?
On the clock now, the Chiefs.
Then we'll look at maybe running back, maybe kicker even.
The Jaguars are now on the clock.
Give Matthew Wright a little competition. Mad that he missed that 32-yarder in the playoff game against the Chiefs. Slow as hell, but really strong. 30 bench reps, power back to replace Carlos Hyde.
On the clock now.
I don't hate it. Danny Larson out of FAU.
All right, the Jaguars are now
And then
on
an
the clock.
early 6th round pick. We do need more depth on the O-line. So we could take like a backup right tackle maybe for Jawan Taylor. Or a backup left tackle for like a Cam Robinson. B run blocking. Don't hate it. Tyree Dobbins. So we got Chet Wilds. C awareness. B injury. Nah. I'm gonna do that. Let's take Tyree Dobbins.
The Texans are now on the clock.
And then we're gonna look at the kickers
The
again
Jaguars
as
are
we
up
have
now.
another
Let's see
6th round
what
pick.
direction they go in.
How the hell do you say that last name? B accuracy, B awareness, decent kick power. He might be the pick with the weird last name. Bo Rich. A accuracy, decent power. Actually, Bo Rich might be the pick. B awareness, poor power. These kickers don't look that bad. A awareness, D accuracy. But when it comes to Bo Rich, he has F awareness, A accuracy. This guy, Mason Bentley, has A awareness, D accuracy, good kick power. And you have Ray, B awareness, B accuracy, decent power. So, I mean, Bentley with the A awareness, no accuracy, but good kick power.
The Chiefs are
92
up now.
kick power. Let's go with him. And this last pick, I could trade out or take another tackle. We lost Linder. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take another offensive lineman. We need depth. Could also use a new tight end too. B deep route. Fastest tight end in the class, I think. Connor Knight. Let's see. 266, 261. Like the size. A run block finesse, but F's everywhere else. I mean, I think we still have Manhurst. Oh, no, we actually lost Manhurst. Parker Crawford. Let's take him. Take a chance on him. That B deep route running. Fast tight end. It was like a receiving option at tight end. And that'll do it for the draft. I think I like all our picks besides missed out on that D tackle because we took the safety instead. And then the kicker, I mean, it was just our choice which one we wanted. I mean, all of them looked like they had something to bring to the table. But I think we picked probably the best one. But looking at the draft, first 3 picks, we killed it. We killed it. I mean, the Miles Jack trade, the free agency signings addressing the defense, even getting Kendrick Bourne. And so Joe Conway, 75 overall, our first pick. Love it. Love it. He's going to come in and replace Miles Jack and pair up with Bobby Wagner. Then Damien Goldstein, wide receiver 3, to pair up with Laviska Shenault and Devonta Adams, giving another weapon to Trevor Lawrence. Can't beat it. And then with our second round pick that we kept, we get John Carter, 73 overall. He can start. No different. Look at this. Zone coverage, tackle, pursuit, play rec. He's fast. Awareness. He can catch. He can do it all. He is going to be a day one starter. Right in, Jeremy Tolbert. I mean, we can move in defensive tackle. I mean, if, Zach Allen comes back down to earth, we have somebody that can replace him. Running back, power back for Carlos Hyde, who retired. Get his instant replacement. And then look at the kicker. Like I said, we probably took the best one. 70 overall, right? Accuracy not that good, but power is okay. He can compete for a starting job. And then the tight end, who's fast, 61. That's not bad. He's basically the other tight end that we got on the roster. But looking at the players in the draft, I think we got the 2 top guys we wanted. But just to, see who was Felder at 17 to the Steelers to pick after us, Hidden Dev, higher overall. I mean, probably was the better pick. They still got their middle. We jumped them to get the middle linebacker we wanted, and they got probably the better middle linebacker. I mean, that's okay. I looked at Felder and was like, he actually looks good. He doesn't look that bad. But, I mean, it worked out for both teams. The D tackle that we were looking at is what I want to see. We got Conway. Joel Lang was actually a 75, but normal dev. Dwayne Marsh was a 75, hidden dev. Tony King was a 75, hidden dev. So, I mean, all the receivers are basically the same. And I want to see that defensive tackle, man. Don't remember his name. I think, was it Deshaun Miles? I don't remember his name. Might have been Malik Broyles. I don't remember his name. It's not. We did good. We traded up for the middle linebacker that we wanted, even though we probably could have got the middle linebacker 78 overall. But, I mean, I think we killed it in the draft. I think we killed it in the offseason. We definitely killed it in the regular season as we actually don't get kicked out after the draft rookie signing. So overall, just one hell of a year. Coach of the year, 13 wins, almost first seed AFC Championship game, took the Chiefs to the limit. Defensive players played above limits, above expectations, but hopefully this carries over into the next season for year 3. But that'll wrap it up for part 2 until the next episode.